All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are stepping into the ring for a tech heavyweight match that's been building for years, the 2026 AI Assistant Showdown.
So let me ask you something. Right now, which AI assistant is running your life? Are you an Apple person with Siri, a Google Assistant fan? Or maybe you're just waiting for the next big thing to finally arrive? Well, get ready because it is right around the corner.
So let's dive in. The year 2026 is shaping up to be a massive turning point for our digital lives. I mean, it's basically a complete reset for the AI assistants we thought we knew.
You know how it is. For years, it feels like we've just gotten these tiny incremental improvements for Siri and Google Assistant. But what's coming in 2026, it's a whole different ballgame, a fundamental change in how we talk to our devices. So today, we are breaking down the biggest updates for both of these contenders to see who really comes out on top.
Ding, ding, ding. Let's get to our first round, Smart Home Control. This is the battle for the heart of your house. We're talking your lights, your locks, your thermostats, the whole shebang. So how do our two champions stack up when it comes to being the master of your domain?
And right away, you can see they're playing two totally different games. On one side, you've got Siri with its super secure and private walled garden, HomeKit. Everything just works, seamlessly, beautifully, as long as it's an Apple-approved device inside that ecosystem. And on the other side, you've got Google's open field approach, which is incredibly versatile and plays nice with a massive range of devices from countless different brands.
Let's make this real for a second. Imagine you want to create that perfect movie night vibe with just one single command. Now, the setup process, as you can see here, looks pretty similar on the surface. You open the app, you create what's called a scene for Siri or a routine for Google, and you pick your devices. Dim the lights, lock the door, fire up the TV, you name it, and you're good to go. But the real difference is in the experience. Siri's setup often feels a little bit slicker, but you're limited in your hardware choices. Google gives you way more options, but you might spend a little more time tinkering to make sure everything's talking to each other correctly. It really comes down to control versus compatibility. All right, let's move on to round two. And folks, this is a big one, the privacy battle. In this day and age, our data is pretty much the most valuable currency there is. So the question is, who do you trust more to protect it?
Apple has practically made this their war cry. You can see from this paraphrased quote from Tim Cook, privacy for them isn't just some feature, it's a core value. It's a philosophy that's baked into every single product they make, and Siri is the prime example. Their systems are literally designed to know as little about you as possible. And that means your personal conversations in your own living room aren't being sent to some distant server to train an algorithm.
Google, well, they have a very different playbook. Their whole business model is built on understanding data to give you those super personalized services. So for 2026, their big push is something called the Privacy Sandbox. Think of it like this, it's their effort to make web and app tracking more anonymous. Instead of targeting you individually, they're grouping you with users who have similar interests. The goal is to protect your identity while still delivering all the smart, predictive features you expect from Google.
Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. This table really lays out the practical differences. The biggest one, right there at the top, processing. Siri is all about on-device, which means your personal data stays on your phone. Google is primarily cloud-based, but like we said, they're anonymizing that data much more aggressively now. What about data retention? With Apple, you're in the driver's seat. With Google, it's anonymized after 18 months. And yeah, both are totally compliant with regulations like GDPR over in the UK. But here's the real bottom line on ad targeting. Apple says nope, not happening, while Google uses that data to make things more personal for you.
And now for the main event, round 3, the new killer features. Forget all the small incremental improvements. This is where we see the real game-changing innovations that are going to define the next generation of AI assistants.
First up in the ring, Siri is throwing a massive counterpunch with on-device intelligence. This is Apple doubling down on what they do best, privacy and performance.
So what does this actually mean for you day to day? First off, speed. We are talking up to 10 times faster responses for common, everyday tasks. Second, reliability. No internet, no problem. Your basic commands are still going to work. And it all ties back to that core promise of privacy. If your personal data never leaves your phone, it is inherently more secure. This also unlocks deeper, more contextual commands. So for example, if you're looking at a photo, you could just say, "Send this to mom," and Siri will know exactly what this is without ever sending that photo to a server first.
But don't think for a second Google is just standing still.
They are making a huge move with a brand new focus on proactive assistance. See, this is about your assistant not just responding to you, but actually anticipating what you need before you even ask.
This is where Google's data-driven model really shines. Your assistant can start suggesting actions based on your calendar, your emails, even your location. Imagine just asking it to summarize my morning meetings and getting a perfect, concise brief. Or saying something like, book a table for 2 tonight and get me a ride there for 7, and it just does it. This is multi-step conversational AI that understands the real meaning behind your words. It feels less like a tool and a lot more like a true assistant.
So, after 3 pretty intense rounds, who's the winner? Well, it's not that simple. There is no single champion here. The best AI assistant in 2026 is going to be the one that lines up with your personal priorities. Honestly, the real winner is you, because you get to choose from 2 incredibly powerful but fundamentally different visions for the future.
Let's just boil it all down. Here's the final tale of the tape. You should choose Siri if you value privacy above absolutely everything else, if you live inside the Apple ecosystem, and if you want that peace of mind that comes with offline reliability. And you should choose Google if you want an assistant that works with pretty much everything, with that powerful, proactive intelligence that makes complex tasks simple. Which brings us to the final and really the most important question of all. See, this isn't just about picking a set of features. It's about choosing a philosophy for how you want to live your digital life. So as we look ahead to 2026, you really have to ask yourself, who will you trust with your world?